Hello everyone, it's John, and as usual it's going to be, well, who knows what it's going to be. What am I talking about today? Probably a lot of nonsense. I'm going to cover one of my miniature games today, and it's all about Gladiator or Gladiators. Yes. So I'm going to show you my, I suppose, fairly small collection of Gladiator figures and what sets of rules. Look, honestly, I'm a collector of rule sets. It's one of the things that I have always done. I tend to be a bit of a magpie when it comes to rule sets. As you can probably see from behind me, is that if I see a rule set, I will generally grab them. Sadly, not so much now, because the price of rule sets have sadly gone up in price. They used to be fairly affordable, but now I don't know what the trend is. I think it just seems to be we'll stick people for as much as we possibly can get away with. Either that, or I've just lost complete understanding of where pricing is these days. That's probably what it is. I've lost touch with reality. Well, hey, look, it probably is. I have not worked in 20 years, so I really don't know. Yeah, it's the problem with being sick. Yeah, but anyway, Gladiator or Gladiators, gladiatorial combat, fighting between one-on-one. Well, that's what a lot of people think it was, one-on-one, but it wasn't. In many cases, it was combat between teams, or it was combat, once again, the Colosseum in Rome, from a lot of the archaeological excavations that have been there. They found that there were, I think, the arena could be flooded, or that may have been in another arena. I'm not too sure. It could be, but I do know that arenas could be flooded and that they could have literally ship-to-ship combat. So yes, it's an interesting thing. Everything, bread and circuses. It's what we're heading to, I think, these days with I think the internet or Twitter. I think Twitter is the bread and circuses for the masses. It's throw some trolls to the masses and to see them be fed. But yeah, I've as I said, I've collected a number. Like this one here is from Warhammer Historical. I bought this quite some time ago. I don't even know when the what was the print date on this. And as fairly typical with anything from good old G-Dub, trying to find a and of course I'm afraid my eyesight is dreadful now. There is a copyright date, 2000 and no, I can't even read that. It's the stupid bloody text on the background. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to waste time trying to decipher. But God, that annoys me, not being able to. Advanced bad age. Look, I've not played these rules. Look, they're a pretty, and as I think you'll find when you have a look at the video, I think I made comment with the fact that they're a very pretty, colourful set of rules, which is fairly typical of anything produced by Games Workshop. It's fairly pretty. As to whether or not the rules are any good, I really can't say. Probably a bucket full of dice. But Yeah. Now the other set that I've got is Red Sand Blue Sky Gladiatorial game from 2 Hour War Games. Now again, I've never played the game, so I can't comment. Again, it was I think 2 Hour War Game people have had a fairly good reputation with a lot of the stuff. That and the fact that their games were cheap. And I think they used a deck of cards with their system. So again, I've not played it. I can't really say that you know, certainly we'll give it a try. And for the price, I think I paid, I think it was, well, once again, I looked at my blog and I think I posted about this in 2013, so that's 7 years ago was when I originally did something about gladiators. So God, feeling rather old. Then there's this from 1975 sitting in my collection, Gladiators. So I'm pretty sure this was probably one that I'd have probably used at some stage. I'm not too sure. But it uses a hex system for movement and that. So Hugh McGowan was that. So if you, once again, whether or not you can still find this, I have no idea. But yeah. And the last one, which I think was the one that I may have been playing, which was Gladiator Wars, which was from Westwind, because they produced most of the Gladiator figures that I've got, that and I think were Foundry. And yeah, their rules were quite simple, quite decent, and yeah. And of course, the other ones that were worth, if you can still get it, I did have it, which is Gladiator, the box set from Avalon Hill. All I've got left now is sadly just a photocopy of the rules. But if you can, yeah. So anyway, on to the main video where I can show you obviously the figures, which is obviously these little guys, 25, or these guys, which is the next size up. Oh well, good luck. Were my preferred. So of course, trying to work out what the figures were, I think, is more a guessing game. So I'm not sure how some of this is going to work out. Hopefully the autofocus doesn't seem to be working very well today. But yeah, now these I think were supposed to be Murmurillos and Secutors, Hoplomachus. Yeah, so as you can see, Rotarius, Provocators. These here are the more obscure, I suppose, ranges. But yeah. Noxoi. There was also a larger range that you can see, which are these figures. Now I'm not sure who, honestly can't remember who produced them, but as you can see they are quite nice. They're hard, well, more like soft, rigid, semi-rigid plastic. So they're they're adequate for a larger style. I've got another box that I've opened and transferred the plastic into a tub, waiting for me to one day, which unfortunately I think will never happen. But there's another Retarius, and another. I think what I was really happy with the fact that I got a lion and a bear. So yeah, so there you go. There are my gladiators. Right, I think I've bored you long enough. Thank you very much for watching my little video on gladiators. Yeah, it's an interesting period. I love the figures and the fact that you don't need a shed load of them to be able to play. If you look at some of the rule sets, you can have elephants, you can have all sorts of animals, you can put in chariots, you can put in what else? Chariots, you can put in mounted troops. You can, if you're more adventuresome, you can go for ships. You can put some ships in, have troops leaping across the gaps and doing shipboarding and things like that. So there's a lot of interesting options available for that time. But I guess the thing you must remember is that a gladiator's life is awfully short. But yeah. All right, look, thank you very much for your time. I hope I've shown you yet again the eclectic collecting of an old man whose interests cover just about everything. And that's really who I am, is that I don't pigeonhole myself into just one area of interest. I cover everything, and I think that's what makes for an interesting person. So thank you very much for your time, and until next time, signing off, the Honourable John.